Hello and welcome back to some more Scarlet Hollow today, guys. Last time we got to know Tabitha a little bit. We also got to know a little bit about the estate as well, which was cool. Uh, Sort of a depressing place, to be honest with you. I'm hungry, so I want to get a sandwich. I'm not even going to talk to you. Actually, yes, I am. Frofro hisses as you draw near and remains firmly in place. You might want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away. You know what? Sure. You back away from Frofro, try not to make any sudden movements. It's good to see that you finally learned your place. I'm gonna. Yeah, she does not like me. That's fine. Well, pantry time. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Holy, yeah, she does. I'll examine it. I'm not gonna take it, but I will look at it. You pick up a box of her mac and cheese. You can't say you've ever seen the brand before. Yes, I have. No, why would I do that? That's literally fucked up. She's not done anything wrong to me. That would just be being a prick for the sake of being a prick. Staying away from the mac and cheese with one of your cousin's hard rules, and she already seems not to like you. You put the box back where you found it, reluctant to make things worse than they already are. Let's take bread. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great! One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and the PB&J itself. Boom. Geef. The king of nut butters, and only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. Ugh. All you need now is some jelly, a plate, and a knife. Alright. Probably the fridge for the jelly, yeah? You close the pantry door as best you can and turn back to the rest of the kitchen. Yeah, let's get some platters from up here. Cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. It is a little bit odd, though. Sure, we'll grab this. You grab a plate and a butter knife. All you need now is some jelly. Examine the shot glass. I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Perlan, so this was from her 50th. From the few stories you've heard from your mom, Perlan wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at her birthday parties. So that thing's been there for a long time. Altitude 4350. I was blown away at Blowing a Rock, North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually travel sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you could route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. Sure. You reach for the bowl, but as you pull it down, a blend of vinegar and dead moths flash onto you, immediately staining your shirt. On the back of the bowl is a note that reads, "Moth trap, do not touch." Whoops. Very whoops. Ha, idiot. Your shirt is now unpleasantly wet. Fuck you, cat. Why do you say that to me? You'll probably change into something clean before you leave the house. Wow, okay, that was my bad, I guess. Close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Let's go in the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, "Janie, stay out," in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words, "Okie dokie." You open the fridge, you already feel a deep urge to wash your hands even though you have not even touched anything other than the handle. That's a lot of ice cream. And banana pudding? Banana chocolate ice cream. Check the mayonnaise. Let's examine this. Why did you do that? What were you even expecting? The container is disgusting beyond words. A liquefied mess wholly congealed in a styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. The substance doesn't smell bad. It also smells ancient. Protein's protein! No! Put that back! Your body reacts before you even register what you're doing, compelled by a deep primal disgust. Boy, could end my playthrough right there and just yeet ourselves there. You shove the container back in the fridge, pushing it into the depths of the shelves and out of your mind. Hopefully you can forget it exists and move on with your life. Let's hit a quick save. We haven't saved in like literally ever, so. I won't save scum, as you can see. We're gonna do one file. So if people die, which it said at the beginning they can. I'm not grabbing her ice cream because I'm not a dickhead. I'm gonna check the mayonnaise though. You know, you probably shouldn't, but a part of you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. You pick up the jar, its label flaking in your hand. It expired 10 years ago. This jar of mayonnaise is old enough to graduate the 5th grade. Best to put it back and forgot you ever seen it. I'm gonna take the jelly now. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. Thank God. That was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in the kitchen that Tabitha actually uses. This is the last ingredient you needed to make your PB&J. Time to close the fridge and get to work. Yep. You return to the kitchen, closing the refrigerator behind you. Make that PB&J. Yeah, I'll do that before we check the garden. Let's just look through the thing real quick. The garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's stopping you from venturing deeper? No, I want to eat a sandwich first. Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations! Protein awaits. A job well done. All of that hassle and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Was that a hassle? Just barely going through stuff like that? I'm done here. Oh, I can't go back to the garden. Mistakes. Congratulations, you've eaten and had a full day and now have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Settle in. Head to town. There's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. Before leaving the house, you rinse off and change into a clean shirt. You're not about to meet new people coated in vinegar and dead moss. Hell yeah. If you'd known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop. Especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some sort of detention. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. I mean, that's fair. That's why I'm not really picking on her, you know? Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Alright, no. Stop, game. Don't try to goad me into doing something ignorant. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to the town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's a pooch! Gretchen, come back! Quit bothering strangers! Why, I do declare, who is this stranger, and why does he smell peanut butter? Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. A pug? She's so cute. I know, right? I love pugs. She's so cute. I'm charmed. It is always a pleasure to meet someone with good taste. Thanks. She is cute. Sure, most of her teeth have fallen out and she's got a couple of weird growths. But for a 17-year-old pug, she's pretty good. That's pretty good. I would say so, yeah. 17 is super old, man. Oops, ignore that. That is amazing. 17, that's incredible. It sure is. I'm hoping she beats the current record holder and makes it to 19. Or better yet, 20. The more time we get together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretch? Oh, I plan to be around much longer than that. I wouldn't dare to leave you all on your lonesome, Stella. Ah, but what am I doing? I got so caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new that I entirely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Stella. You know, it's not often I see a strange face in the holler. Is my cursor? No, it's not. Every now and then, there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. Oh, she's blushing. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? I am, actually. None of your business. Hi, I'm Alex. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? Upon mention of your cousin, Gretchen mutters under her breath. One of these days, I'll get that Tabitha to pet me. That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for a funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, you know, I've been a little worried about her, all alone in that big old house. Did you say Tabby? Right, that is interesting. No, she doesn't seem alright. She seems really sad. I'm sorry, did I hear you right? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so bubbly. She did back when I knew her better. You know, it's been a while. I hope she's okay. No, I'm worried about her. She seems off, man. I'm worried about her too. She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go of things. She and her mom were really close. She thinks she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Yeah, how long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody's known everyone else as far as back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck, and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but you know, I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. And then she graduated, and that was that. I haven't seen that girl or her horrible little cat since I was middle-aged. Oh, before it slips my mind, if you're staying up in that spooky old mansion, you must have met the Frofro. How does that monster fare? Isn't this gonna be weird? That's what I'm saying. Ignore Gretchen, let Stella... No, that's rude. Gretchen's an old doggo. Unfortunately, we met. I will pet her if it's the last thing I do. Sounds like you and Frofro have a history. Wait, what? Are you messing with me? You can't actually talk to my dog, can you? Yes. No, I'll tell you. I don't care. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I can talk to animals, and animals can talk to me. Your dog sounds like a southern belle when she talks. Yeah, of course you're joking. You and Stella remain silent, awkward eye contact. Well, next time you see that devil, please send my regards, and do let her know that not only do I still draw breath, but that I very much so plan to outlive her. If you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits, my treat. Yeah, no choice, but I was going to follow her. Okay, let's not look like a freak anymore and chat to animals in front of people. That was weird. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. What are you looking at? No, I'll introduce myself. Hey everyone, I'm Alex, just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers as is. And with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. Hey Stella, I went ahead and picked you up a coffee. They gracefully placed a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Oh shucks, thank Avery. Here's some bacon for the little lady. For me? For me? Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tick, you can hit the Y or triangle button on your gamepad to hide the text box at any time. Actually, great idea for a thumbnail. And then watch this. Boom! Anything for you? Alright, nice to meet you, by the way. How much is it for coffee? Isn't bacon bad for dogs? It is. Stella says she's buying, so I'll have one of everything, please and thank you. I will have a biscuit and a coffee. Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the county. I love his shirt, by the way. The leaves on it looks very nice. Very much so complements his aesthetic. Avery pours the favorite brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. That's nice of you, Avery. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. She did say that, didn't she? Anyway, the funeral is not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. Ooh, potlucks are great. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Cool. No, that is cool. Sounds neat. Maybe I'll check some of these things out. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? I'd love to hit some good hiking trails after being cooped up on a bus for so long. What's it to you? No clue. Sure, I'll be able to occupy. Probably just do what I can to support Tabitha through this. I mean, that's truthful, but can I also do this? You know, I'd love to hit some good hiking trails after being cooped up for so long. That sounds an awful lot like going on a walk to me. Oh? My job actually has me running around the woods pretty often, so if you ever need a guide... Before Stella can finish, Avery returns with biscuits in tow. Is there nothing else coming for me? Gosh, if I had known that plate of bacon would be my main and only course, I would have waited before digging in. Here's your biscuit. Wendy says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. You didn't have to do that. What do I look like? Charity? No, thanks. Thank you, Avery. That looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy and nearly crumples at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. This is lies. I've had better. That's cap. This is the best. No. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not gonna go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm gonna do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. OMG, me too. Ugh, you and everyone else. Are they sliding me? How rude. Yeah, what kind of videos do you make? Cool, what kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. Let's save. I'm not gonna save, Scum. Come on. That's pretty cool. You should really check out her channel, Alex. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but you know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known for a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they had saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara, that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. It was a mountain lion. I could smell a stink from miles away. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my very own 2 eyes. Gretchen thinks it's a mountain lion. Whatever it is, I bet I could take it. Oh yeah? Totally a dog. Or wait, a beaver? Hold on. I don't believe in cryptids. Right. That's an honest to goodness cryptid right there. No way that's a beaver or a dog. And there's no way a capybara would be swimming in a river in the mountains of North Carolina. Unless there's some North American colony of capybaras in Appalachia, but that would still count as a cryptid, wouldn't it? Yeah, until someone catches a capybara up here, that would still count as a cryptid by most standards. My comment section went nuts for this footage, and from there it spread to Twitter pretty fast. There were polls for days. I even had actual experts weighing in. It was all a really cool experience. And it meant the video did some pretty great numbers. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara story. Sure, it's not like any actual local sanctuaries for missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Heh, exactly. Some exotic pet owners set it free, and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers. Oops, sorry, Avery. It's okay. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunky. Ew, stinky. Isn't that just worse, Bigfoot? No, that's... The skunk ape. These farts, man. He smells real bad. Heck yeah, skunk ape is hilarious. I saw a docu-special on it once. Stinky Bigfoot. Right, exactly. That's what I said. Yeah, right? It should be a pretty fun video. It's hard to be serious when you're talking about something that's famous for smelling bad. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida. But while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. As I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So, what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky? That sort of thing? Can I say no? I do want to. I was just seeing. Are you going to be there, Gretchen? Heck yeah, I'd be hoping you'd ask since the moment I heard Cryptids. I live for the thrill. Yes, I love that. Heck yeah. Yes, I pegged you for a good adventuring buddy the second I saw you. Glad to see I made the right call. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be like a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around in the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's what mattered to us. You know, that gets me thinking, I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out to this, come out of this hidey hole, if he's up for it. You mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls up her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Aw, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or... Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know. Yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man. That sounds awful. Well, I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can make a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Reese, there's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Sure. Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. I'm glad. No, that's kind of weird. Yeah, is he alright? Is he okay? Well, no, he's not feeling well is all. He's had a lot going on in the past, gosh, well, 10 years or so, but I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him come along. He's hilarious, you'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. Sure, that would be pretty nice. Get a new friend again. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome, I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So, we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Leave a tip, leave a generous tip. You can't afford it. Don't leave a tip. You don't even spend any money. Oh no. Avery was such a nice guy to us. Of course we're doing. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Oh, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. I didn't do that to show off. I feel like you should always tip well, even if you just didn't have the best experience. As long as it was decent, you should be courteous. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization, and the people you know, following someone you met. Okay, hold up. Let me reread that. Sorry. You are in a new place, far from civilization, and the people you know, following someone you met in the dark forest in search of monsters. You feel more alive than you have, strangely calm, tense, unsettled, nothing. I feel excited, man. Feel alive. The fall breeze passing through the leaves, the orange hue of the setting sun painting the horizon, the promise of excitement ahead. It's been a while since you felt this in the moment, this present. The world around you feels almost magical. Were a mythical creature to actually manifest in front of you, it would fit perfectly in this world. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer's the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be much worse. God, that is so true recently. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change. Like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. What's the weirdest thing you've seen out here other than cryptids? Anything ever bad happen? You ever hunt for things like ghosts? Yeah, what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen out here besides for cryptids? Oh gosh, that's a good one. What do you think? Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. Oh, Tetanus Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It's a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell if it was there until you stepped in it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It's all stuff from the 50s too, which is super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I kept on my dresser as a little souvenir. That's interesting. Sure. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? Like, you know, ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all's said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves, I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, geez, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all of that's just bunk, am I right? What about aliens? Sure. What do you think about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see that UFO video the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. I adore my darling Stella, but she gets the strangest ideas in her head these days. Ever since her parents went away, she's been more and more foolhardy with all this critter nonsense. You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. That's what the government wants you to think. I mean, realistically, I don't have opinions on aliens. I'll just say I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical. Don't get me wrong, I have fun with the stories, but I feel like there are almost always far more plausible explanations. Like little gray men, how am I supposed to believe that stuff? They're actually tall gray men these days. Maybe your knowledge is just a little outdated. Alien research has come a long way since the 50s, you know. There are some very convincing stories out there if you know where to look. I know somebody who knows somebody who heard a story from this trucker in Fayetteville. His truck stopped in the middle of the road, just shut down completely, even though he had a full tank of gas. and suddenly it looked like daylight outside. He could see cows out in fields, birds in the sky. Then this metallic-like egg thing appeared, floating in front of his truck. He passed out, and when he woke up, he was missing one of his pinkies. It was like it had never been there. It was just smooth skin where a pinky should be. I know it's a secondhand source, but there's plenty more like it, and if they are true, I'm convinced. Alright, maybe I could come around on this. What if he just lied? Look, that's pretty interesting. Maybe I could come around on this eventually, if there's more proof. Oh, do I ever have more proof? Once we're back in civilization, I have a stockpile of videos and interviews that'll blow your mind. Alright. You know what? This has been going for half an hour. I think we're going to call it here. I wanted to wait until something crazy happened, but that's not going to happen. And I'm enjoying the chat, so we'll continue our chat with Stella next time. I'll see you guys then. Peace.